Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to take a look at the Tati Westbrook lawsuit that's going on. She's being sued by a business partner and in turn suing a drama tea channel that's a bit obsessive with her. You know, initially when it was just her being sued by a business partner, wasn't that interested in the story. But when I found out she was suing a drama tea type channel and then I proceeded to read the court documents, then it gets interesting. But I think we will have a cursory glance over an article that Insider made about her her being sued. That's the one. But before we get into that, I must let you know that today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of creative classes for creative and curious people. They have classes in fine art, music and video production, creative writing and photography. As some of you may know, I attempt to be a writer. I'm probably the laziest, most procrastinating writer I know. So I'm specifically interested in the creative writing classes. There's one in particular, Storytelling 101, Character, Conflict, Context and Craft by Daniel Jose Older, which I am going to be partaking in because I need every little bit of help that I can get to write a novel. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, which means there are no ads. The services are aimed at everyone from beginners to professionals, and most of the classes are under 60 minutes long, so you can fit it in whatever schedule you have. And also, the first 1,000 people to use my special link in the description box below will get access to a free trial of the premium membership. So a big thank you once again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get on with this lawsuit drama. Insider did an article. YouTuber Tati Westbrook's business partner is suing her and her husband over explosive fraud claims. Let's skip over the main bits. We can probably just read out these first few bullet points, really. I mean, as we know, extensive... What the fuck is that? I'm screenshotting that. Videos you may like in the corner of this Insider article. Someone's put like spaghetti in their fingernails. Okay, so Ron Swanson, has filed a complaint. Is that the same as being sued? The Westbrooks have not responded yet to Insider's request for comment. How could they not? If you want a more serious take on lawsuits, don't come to this channel. I'm literally just going to take the mickey out of whatever I read. That's what you get when you come to an Alizee video, to be mercilessly mocked. There's a new twist in the never-ending YouTube beauty community drama. How much does Insider love the beauty community drama? Because they always do these comprehensive articles on it. They're getting some nice few clicks, as will I. Use my Skillshare link. Tati Westbrook, the veteran beauty guru and entrepreneur and hair vitamin scandal aggressor, that's a hefty word, is being sued by her business partner. I can't tell if this video was too bright or too dark. I should use Skillshare. The promo part of this video is over, yet here I am, really trying to get those free trials in. I should probably use Skillshare to learn how to use my fucking camera properly. Halo Beauty is Westbrook's flagship company. They do hair and skin and stuff. The company's popularity exploded in May 2019 after Westbrook accused fellow beauty YouTuber James Charles of disloyalty to her brand for marketing competing sugar bear hair vitamins. Yes, we know. If I never ever mention that drama again, I'll be a happy person. Let's just call it the incident. The vitamin incident, let's just call it that. Co-founder and co-owner Clark Swanson claims that Westbrook and her husband James committed fraud, negligence and breach of fiduciary duty in their Halo Beauty ownership roles, causing the company and Swanson to suffer financially. He's seeking damages greater than $25,000. I'm not being flippant or spoiled when I say, is that it? But it's worth millions, isn't it? He's only going for 25k. I'm not trying to shit stir here. Yeah, go on, mate, go for more. I don't even know if he's in the right. So each of them hold 1/3 of Halo Beauty. So Westbrook could easily maintain a public appearance as the company's CEO. Just like when Jeffree Star goes, I'm entirely self-made. But there's that other bloke who runs his companies with him. You know that millionaire? Is he a millionaire or a billionaire? I don't know, I've covered it on this channel before. Someone in the comment section work out what I'm talking about. I can't be expected to remember every little thing that comes out of my mouth. I'm not a responsible person. He claims that the Westbrooks touted Tati's celebrity YouTube status to convince Swanson that her brands would be profitable. I mean, well, she's not wrong though. Influencer marketing is big and does work. 1,003 subscribers. According to Swanson, Halo Beauty supplements were profitable at first, netting him and the Westbrooks over $3 million, or $1 million each. Halo received a major publicity boost due to Westbrook's feud with James Charles. Swanson say earnings were almost tripled. Swanson tried to meet with other members of the beauty industry, but the Westbrooks showed no interest in their activities or actively told him to stand down from expanding Halo Beauty. Interesting. In April 2019, Swanson says James Westbrook told him that Tati Beauty would be launching under a different company, Seed Beauty. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, does it? Swanson claims that he was thus shut out from what he estimated was the $16 million launch of the first Tati. $16 million launch. As in, that's how much they earn, right? Because I'm sure like a few powders didn't cost that much. Well, it depends what kind of powder. If we're talking about white powder, maybe. Swanson claims the Westbrooks' neglect of Halo Beauty has caused severe damage to the company, and when prompted to honour their 2017 agreement, Swanson says James Westbrook distributed hundreds of thousands of dollars in operating income, which Swanson alleges is a further attempt to devalue and destroy Halo Beauty by looting company coffers in advance of a lawsuit. Within the claims, Swanson also alleges that Tati said she could sell a shit product to her fans and that they would still buy it. I believe that an influencer said this. I believe that. And Swanson claims James Westbrook told him the Tati Beauty palette was just a turnkey deal within the Seed Beauty, which would imply Tati Westbrook had little creative control over the product, unlike she claimed on YouTube. Not surprised again. That's the interesting bits out of this. Now, there's a drama channel called Without a Crystal Ball, and Tati is suing them. I read through the court documents, 35 pages, and I picked out the wilder bits. Plaintiff Tati is an internet personality, celebrity, and influencer. Celebrity, Your Honour, I object. She does have about 9 million followers, but we're very far, like, wait, what's the expression? Fast and loose with the word celebrity these days. How many people outside of YouTube and outside the James Charles incident knows who Tati is? Upon information and belief, defendant Paulson, Without a Crystal Ball, identifies herself and holds herself out to the public as a journalist. I mean, you're a drama channel, mate. No, it's not journalism. This isn't journalism talking about tea and drama on YouTube. It's not. Drama Alert isn't journalism. This is all the equivalent of TMZ. Is TMZ journalism? Not really. That's just what I think, though. That's my opinion. No, I don't believe that this person is a journalist. Upon information and belief, defendants claim that Pathos.com was defendant Paulson's former employer. Upon information and belief, they use that term a lot. No idea what it means, it's just legal jargon to me. Defendant Paulson never was an employee of Pathos.com, and Pathos.com cut whatever ties it had with Paulson, in part due to improper conduct, including a propensity to maliciously publish false and misleading information about third parties in her postings. Maybe she is a journalist. I'm kidding. It's not journalism. Upon information and belief, defendant Paulson is an internet blogger and vlogger who makes, produces and uploads drama and or tea videos. I am so embarrassed for whoever had to type up drama and or tea videos in a court document for a legal case. And internet postings on various internet-based platforms, including but not limited to YouTube and Twitter. Upon information and belief, defendant Paulson intentionally publishes false and defamatory matter to denigrate others through sensationalism and fabrication of perceived drama for the sole purpose of enticing followers and viewers to help defendants monetize defendant Paulson's pages and channels on her various social media platforms. If you're that stuck for content that you resort to making stuff up, being defamatory about people, might I suggest cooking videos, lip syncing and dancing on TikTok? Just a suggestion. Upon information and belief, defendant Paulson intentionally engages in being an internet troll under both her name and various pseudonyms. An internet troll under your real name. That was your first mistake. Everyone knows you hide behind at least 7 proxies, use a VPN, maybe even use Tor if you're going to troll people nowadays. For the purposes of harassment and causing others consternation, grief, emotional distress, and to otherwise cause damage to their reputations, well-beings, and livelihoods. Upon information and belief, defendants tout themselves as established YouTube personalities and self-proclaimed internet trolls with a professed obsession with plaintiffs. I did try to look up how old Beyond a Crystal... What's her name? Beyond a Crystal Ball? Without a Crystal Ball. I did try and look up how old she was, but I couldn't find anything, so someone tell me in the comments below. In fact, upon information and belief, Paulson has openly stated on her various platforms that she will not stop going after plaintiffs and has otherwise openly dared plaintiffs to sue defendants so that Paulson can misuse the discovery process to inflict more damage upon plaintiffs. Like, just get a life, mate. Just watch Netflix if you're that bored. Imagine going after someone so hard with the intent of being sued. Like, just read a book. I don't know too much about this, but I do know that supposedly, without a crystal ball, Paulson tried to find Tati's birth certificate. I don't know the relevance of that. I don't understand why. Are you Donald Trump? I don't get it. Why would you try and find someone's birth certificate? I'm confused. In May 2019, defendants stated public in a YouTube video entitled James Charles Cancel Sisters Tour that they intended to target plaintiff Tati, her family and her business, and do an expose on Tati as retribution for what defendants perceived as Tati's alleged mistreatment of another internet personality. Now this is when stanning culture goes too far. K-pop stans, without a crystal ball, could be your future, you have been warned. True to their word, defendant thereafter obsessively fixated on Tati. I like how they put Tati in capital letters, like Tati, like a stamp of approval. Tati and her family to try to ruin Tati's good name and reputation and otherwise intentionally damage everyone around Tati. That's a bit crazy, isn't it? That's too much. Upon information and belief, defendants intentionally harassed and maligned plaintiff and or otherwise maliciously portrayed them in a false light and sought to financially harm them. Upon information and belief. I'm getting real tired of saying that. Defendants even went so far as to tell their social media viewers that Tati and James are demons. I once knew this DJ. He would come into where I used to work and talk to me about, and he seemed like totally above board, right? But he would talk to me about demons and how everyone has demons, and not in the metaphorical sense, in the literal sense of angels and demons, and there were demons everywhere. And if I suggested to him, oh, have you listened to this person, or have you listened to this conspiracy theorist, or whatever, he would kind of be like, oh yes, they have a lot of demons, very, very seriously. And then, this has got nothing to do with anything. People like that just sort of flock to me. I've always had this thing where people will come up to me and just talk about odd things, eccentric things, and it's not like I encourage it, but I do engage with it a little bit. Once some bloke came up to me and started going on about how Steve Jobs was a rising Gemini, rising or something, and then started going on about numerology and the importance of the colours we wear. And then he told me some good tips actually about taking L-theanine with coffee to stop the jitters. So, you know, listen to people, right? But the demon DJ guy, I think once he bothered me about it, I'm very aware of like, what if he might see this video and think that I was a demon all along? Once he annoyed me with something he said, so I turned around and told him, you know, I'm not saying I don't believe in God, or I don't believe in like a monotheistic God, but he would go on about Jesus a lot, so I told him, you know, I don't. I mean, I believe that Jesus, a man, existed, but you know, I don't believe in this kind of stuff, right? And then he sort of left and wouldn't talk to me anymore. So I think he did think after that moment that I too had demons. Anyway, back to the video. Upon information and belief, and in addition to countless social media postings and articles, defendant has devoted at least 40 YouTube videos to discussions about plaintiffs since May 2019. How do you even find the time to do this? It's been a year, so 40, almost a year and a half actually, so that's one video every 2 weeks. Could that even be done about Tati Westbrook? Surely she's, no offense Tati, you're not gonna see this, but surely she's not like that interesting that you could find a video every 2 weeks, you know? I couldn't even do that about Anision or Jeffree Star, nor would I want to. It would make one a little bit crazy. Maybe this is the problem. Upon information and belief, defendants have published articles concerning plaintiffs on pathos.com, including, but what is, I'm gonna look at it, pathos.com. Let's have a little look right now. Ha! Featured today on Pathos, Luther and the Beauty of Christ. Oh my god, it's the demon DJ guy. This is his website. We need another reformation. Religious liberties again? It's not biblical, progressive Christian. What? The existential threat, God or government? Does voting pro-life actually say, what? Should Muslims rock the vote? What is this? A different kind of Christian. Oh, I thought it was going to be one of those really strict Christian websites where they don't like anything that isn't Christian, but I might be wrong here, but they seem to be a really inclusive type of Christianity, so there's that going for them, I guess. Anyway, back to the court case. Pathfields.com, including but not limited to a June 3rd, 2019 article entitled "The Criminal Background Tati and James Westbrook Are Hiding from Millions." Subsection B. Upon information and belief, the article states that James has a lengthy criminal rap sheet and then proceeds to discuss an arrest in 1989 and another in 1990 related to drug use when James was still in his teens. Oh my god, what a monster, I can't believe it. Wow, this is the person trying to sell vitamins to our good Christian children. Not in my country. Oh, what the fuck am I meant to do with that information? Oh, he probably smoked a little bit of weed when he was a teenager, who cares? However, the article then fails to mention any further criminal activity over the next 30 years. What is more, the article fails to proffer any evidence that Tati or James have taken any affirmative steps to hide such matters of public record. They probably just don't talk about it because it's irrelevant. Like, who fucking cares? Oh, smoked a bit of weed 30 years ago. Oh, smoked a bit of weed a decade ago. Ooh, like, not really something to talk about. It's not that important. Subsection D. Upon information and belief, the article also reiterates as conclusive fact obviously false allegations found in an unsuccessful lawsuit filed in Hawaii regarding the inheritance of James's mother's estate. Had a valid investigation been performed, it would have been discovered that this lawsuit was filed by James's estranged sister, who was expressively disinherited by their respective mother many years prior, due to said sister having previously sued their mother when her stepfather died in an attempt to challenge the inheritance of a surviving spouse. What does this have to do with anything? What is this? After repeating the salacious and unproven allegations by his estranged sister, defendants conclude as fact, not opinion, that James has defrauded his family. This statement is an obvious, malicious and blatant lie published solely to inflict damage upon James and Tati, and ignores that said lawsuit was settled by said estate being divided amongst the family members, and that attorneys' fees, don't know where legal came from, ordered to be paid from the proceeds of the estate, not from James. I've no idea what I'm reading at this point. Subsection E. Upon information and belief, the statement in the article that Tati Westbrook's vitamin line was not selling in the way she hoped is both misleading and maliciously false, as the vitamin line more than exceeded expectations, and Tati only lamented that the launch of the line could have gone more smoothly. Did Tati Westbrook write this herself, bigging up her own vitamin line? Then there's more things in the court documents about how obsessively, without a crystal ball, went after Tati and James. It's alarming. By refusing to take down the defamatory posts currently on multiple internet platforms, defendants continue to make false and misleading statements. Upon information and belief, these statements are intended to carry out a smear campaign against plaintiffs. Monthly revenue of plaintiffs began declining and has continued to decline month over month since defendants' campaign of malice and defamation commenced. To be fair, is this solely because of the work of Without a Crystal Ball, or does a certain bi-sister video have anything to do with it? As a direct and proximate result of the conduct defendants as stated herein, plaintiffs have been damaged in an amount to be proven at trial, including without limitation, emotional distress, mental anguish, loss of income/profits, and a loss of goodwill damages, the amount of which is expected to exceed $5 million. What is the cost of defamatory videos? $5 million apparently. Imagine if everyone Onision had ever slighted or defamed joined together to sue him. There would be nothing left of the swamp by the time everyone was done. By way of example and not limitation, these false statements include A. That James has a long history of crimes, is a career criminal and scammer, has engaged in theft, engaged in fraud, has a shady background, has an arrest for possession of drugs that he was trying to hide, has multiple felonies, has a possible incarceration, has a bankruptcy, stole money from his dying mother, has a long rap sheet, has had 4 businesses permanently revoked as evidence he committed fraud, has a judgment against him for over $500,000 for defrauding an investor, has engaged money laundering, and is a career con artist. In addition, she has stated that court records show he took his mum off of oxygen to imply that he intentionally killed his mother. Jesus Christ. How much of a vendetta have you got to have against someone to say that kind of thing? It's mad. Those are the maddest things that I took out of that court case. You can make up yourself what you think of that. That is insane. And I guess that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like, comment, subscribe. I make new videos whenever I feel like it. Follow me on Instagram. Big thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Remember, the first 1,000 subscribers or people, whoever, you don't have to be a subscriber, but you should be a subscriber to this channel. The first 1,000 people to choose the special link below will get a free trial. Premium membership, actually. See you next time, guys. Bye.